The Earth is heating up. Glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. Sea levels are rising, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense. We are living in a time of unprecedented environmental change, a time where the very future of our planet hangs in the balance. The culprit? Climate change, a phenomenon driven by human activity and fueled by our insatiable appetite for fossil fuels? The evidence is overwhelming, the consequences are dire, and the time for action is now. The question is, are we already out of time? This is not a problem for future generations to solve. The effects of climate change are already being felt around the world, from the devastating wildfires in California to the catastrophic floods in Bangladesh. We are at a tipping point, and the choices we make today will determine the fate of our planet for generations to come. We can no longer afford to ignore the warning signs. We must act now to reduce our carbon footprint and transition to a sustainable future. The science is clear. The Earth's climate is changing at an alarming rate, and human activities are the primary driver of this change. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the leading international body for the assessment of climate change, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities caused more than half of the observed increase in global mean surface temperature from 1951 to 2010. The IPCC's fifth assessment report, released in 2013, stated that it is extremely likely that human influence has been the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. The consequences of climate change are far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. Rising sea levels threaten coastal communities around the world, while more extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and heat waves, are causing widespread damage and displacement. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns are also impacting agriculture, leading to food shortages and price spikes. The impacts of climate change are already being felt by millions of people around the world, and these impacts are only going to become more severe in the coming decades. At the heart of climate change lies the greenhouse effect, a natural process that regulates our planet's temperature. Certain gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, act like a blanket, trapping heat from the sun and keeping the Earth warm enough to support life. However, human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, have significantly increased the concentration of these greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, trapping more heat and causing the Earth's temperature to rise at an unnatural rate. The increase in greenhouse gas concentrations is directly linked to human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels for energy. When fossil fuels are burned, they release carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun, causing the Earth's temperature to rise. The more greenhouse gases we emit, the warmer the planet gets. This is why it is so important to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and transition to cleaner sources of energy, such as solar and wind power. The primary source of these emissions is the burning of fossil fuels for electricity, heat, and transportation. However, other human activities, such as deforestation, agriculture, and industrial processes, also contribute to the problem. Deforestation removes trees, which absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, while agriculture and industrial processes release methane and other greenhouse gases. To address climate change, we need to reduce emissions from all of these sources. The impacts of this warming trend are already being felt around the world, from rising sea levels and melting glaciers to more extreme weather events. The scientific consensus is clear. We must take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the effects of climate change. Failure to do so will have dire consequences for our planet and future generations. Our modern way of life, while comfortable and convenient, comes at a steep environmental cost. We are addicted to fossil fuels, burning them to power our homes, businesses, and vehicles, releasing massive amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Deforestation, driven by the demand for agricultural land and timber, further exacerbates the problem, removing trees that act as vital carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Our insatiable appetite for resources is driving unsustainable practices such as overfishing, mining, and intensive agriculture, all of which contribute to environmental degradation and greenhouse gas emissions. We are consuming more than our planet can sustainably provide, leaving a trail of pollution and destruction in our wake. The consequences of our actions are becoming increasingly evident in the form of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, threatening the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. The impact of human activities on the environment is multifaceted and pervasive. Pollution from factories and vehicles contaminates our air and water, harming human health and ecosystems. Intensive agriculture depletes soil fertility and pollutes waterways with fertilizers and pesticides. Our relentless pursuit of economic growth often comes at the expense of the environment, leading to deforestation, habitat loss, and the extinction of species. This environmental degradation is not just a problem for the natural world, it also has profound implications for human societies. Climate change is already displacing communities, exacerbating resource scarcity and fueling conflict. As the impacts of climate change intensify, we can expect to see more climate refugees, more competition for resources, and more instability. The time to act is now.